So my guest is Fumilola Tella, and we're going to be learning about her story. She has a very interesting story, like one of the most emotional stories I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, wow.
I think the only one that will beat it is if my own mother
tells her own story.
Tells her own story.
Please.
Right, and it's going to inspire a lot of women. She's a single mother of one. Her son is 16 years of age, and never married. So she walked her way from working in Lido for 12 years, guys. Yes. 12 years.
Lido is like a grocery store, like we have Walmarts.
Yeah, in the US. And then she walked her way from that in the last 4 years. Guys, 4 years. She's moved from someone who used to earn 1,800 pounds per month for 12 years, guys.
And that was not where she started though. She began from 500, 800, 1, 2, 3.
And then she got to work as an insurance broker, and then made her first 4,000. Her first month, 4,000 pounds. Second month,
9 months, 9,000.
9,000 pounds. Third month, right?
Yes, 11.
11,000 pounds.
No, 11, 20.
11.
4, 9, 11, 20.
By the fourth month, she was doing 20,000 pounds per month, right? And of course, a few months later, she started her own property brokerage business, and now a mortgage brokerage business, and now lives in a massive apartment in Canary Wharf. Right? Amazing story. And for me, what is inspiring, by the way, guys, is how does a single mother go from that and 4 years later have a successful business and doing very well for herself,
mentoring other people,
mentoring, starting a lot of programs, a lot of other businesses. Of course, very ambitious. She's one of the most ambitious women I've ever met. So if you think she's achieved something, she's not. She's just starting, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, yes.
And she also said that she does not have time. I don't have time. There's no time for me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, meet Dr. Fumilola Tella.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Thanks for having me here, Dr. Steven. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So let's even start with how you got to know me before we even get into your story. Because people will be curious, like, we've never seen Dr. Steven do something like this. Right? So who is this lady?
I saw his video. He's purchased a land in Dallas. And because Houston, I was like, I'm giving loan now. Let me approach this man so that I can give loan. I just DM him. And to my surprise, he replied. And from there, became friends and started talking.
Interesting story. First of all, she's dyslexic.
Yep.
Okay? And basically, it means it affects ability to read.
To learn,
to write, to speak, to drive. They easily can only learn one language. The example is Richard Branson, right? If you Google Richard Branson, and for her to go past that. I meet people who just give me some of the lamest excuses for not becoming great. Right? So when did you move to America, to the UK, and why?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Steven, one more time. I moved to the UK in 20.
You speak louder, because
all right. Yeah, I moved to UK in 2004, I guess. Right. I just love to be abroad. I don't know. So I don't know. I just like to come to abroad. Yeah, I had a boyfriend in Canada, so I wanted to go to Canada, and Canada couldn't get visa for Canada. So, okay, then we moved to London, and I saw a family friend. They are doing board officer, whatever, visiting during their holiday. So we just applied for. I tried 3 times, so 3rd time before. Everything is always tough. It's tough, but I don't give up. That's one thing I'll never give up. Even then, I didn't even have the knowledge I had now. But because I know that, okay, I want this thing, I must get it. And before you know, I got it. To them said they gave me money for school fees. I use the money to go and get it. You know, then you can get 3 passports then, no fingerprints. I got another passport, and I went to go and work at Allen Avenue just to raise money. And I did that. I was selling, what's it called? Telecom phone, something like that. Yeah. So it was a landline then. There wasn't a mobile phone. And then I was successful. So that's since then I decided
you're good with selling.
With selling.
Yeah.
You discovered that you're good with selling.
So you then figured out a way. You got a visitor's visa.
Yes.
And then, meaning you never had residency in the UK.
Not.
Right. And so was that the reason why you couldn't get some of the best jobs for a long time? Because you worked in this small grocery store or supermarket for 12 years.
Yeah. I could have moved from that, but because of that, I can't. Because
you didn't have papers.
Right. It got to the stage I didn't like the job anymore. But I have no choice. So I had to endure and stay there.
So your salary moved from £500 and then later per month to 1,000. How were you able to raise your boy in that sense? I mean, that's earning £500 a month.
Yeah, it comes to a stage sometimes that I was in fact I had £500 take home, and I had to pay the house rent £350, and I had to pay gas or electricity £20. I need to pay childminder £150. I need to buy food and nappies for my son. I don't have my money left.
Wow.
So I don't even know. Sometimes I don't even know how I survived. Some places are supposed to take a bus, so I will trek inside the cold. 6 a.m. I'll put my son inside the buggy. So I want to manage the bus pass. So the place I'm supposed to take 2 buses or 3 buses, I'll take 2, and I'll use my leg for the rest. So that's
wow.
That's all I manage.
Wow. While you were going through all of that, you had a son, I think, and then you had this odd job. How did you cope going forward? I mean, what was going through your mind with all that pressure, stress, single mother? How did you survive?
You know, like I shared you last time.
Temi, you can jump in if you have any questions.
In fact, I've just almost for the time I cried because my mind wasn't developed then anyway. By the way, so that's when I will be praying that I wish this boy would die before just suddenly just die. So that because I seen him as a burden to me then, and I was stupid. So I was telling God, I didn't even ask you to give me the baby. So why did this baby come? So I just had to my sorrow and all that. But thank God, God didn't listen to my stupid prayer. So it was a boy that gave me paper later. All right.
Wow.
So thank God for this.
And when was the paper? You now finally became a legal resident of the UK. What year? 2019. That's just 6 years ago. So, guys, I'm intentionally taking this story step by step because it's important to know. And like I said, this is a very inspiring story because I keep meeting people who keep giving excuses, and let me interject here. Whenever the devil wants to deal with you, he convinces you are the only one going through what you are going through.
That's true.
Right? And it's an attempt to isolate you because he's convinced you that nobody else is going through something as worse as you are going through. And the whole intention is so that you remain in that hole, you remain small, you are just bothered and saddened by that. But she, in all of that, has moved to, and Temi was saying something. I like Temi chipping that the period somebody was in the wilderness for 12 years and turned it all around in 5 years.
Yeah, just like a
right? Because 5 years ago got a residency, right? 4 years ago started insurance, and the rest is history in 4 years. And it tells you that what God cannot do indeed does not exist, right? But you said something happened to you 2018. You gave your life to Christ.
But that was the ultimate.
Yeah.
May 2018 to be precise. I met the Lord, and everything turned around for me for good. And there was a Bible verse in the Bible that says, I've forgotten the Bible verse. Oh, it's like there's a new thing, there's a great thing, when you know the Lord, and that's it. I became bold. I have a peace of mind. My mind was developed. Everything, and I understand love. So I took love as a priority. I started to learn how to respect other people, and then how to develop faith. So those are the two things that really helped me: faith and love.
Love first,
and the faith.
And faith.
Yeah.
And Temi, I think I remember you saying this recently, that even about you, that the more you start loving, the more it's like your life starts changing.
Yes.
Can you expatiate a bit on that?
Yes. So I think it has to do with when you begin to see life beyond yourself, and you let love be your motivation, your love for people, your love to help more people. Not necessarily in terms of giving them stuff, but your love for humanity.
That's it.
It begins to change the quality of work that you do. So it's a case of, because I love God and I love human being, this is the quality of service I am committed to putting out in the world. And so you are love driven.
Yes.
And people can see it. It's an energy that you begin to radiate.
That's it.
People can feel it, that this person genuinely wants to help, wants us to support. Even when you are charging for your services. In fact, when you even charge, they will pay and they will say thank you. Because they can see that it's not about the money for you. It's about how this can change their lives. And so it begins to help you radiate the good vibes that calls in more and more things. And some people say, oh, I don't have money, so I cannot give. See, you don't have because you have not been giving. So some say, oh, when I have money, I will give. No, when you give, you will have. And your giving should not just be about, take £1, take $10. No. Give of your energy, give of your knowledge, give of your love, give of your intentions, give of your prayers, give of your knowledge. Like, just be that open person who wants to share, who wants to give and love, just because it's a religion you want to practice.
Wow. So love as a religion.
Yes, love as a religion.
Okay, so Dr. Fumi, so you say you were quite shy, and when you started loving and when you started practicing faith, now there's hardly nobody you cannot attract, and you're even hoping to attract Elon Musk.
Yes.
So tell me about that journey of being more bold, be more audacious to.
There's a Bible verse in the Bible that say the righteousness you have been put in like a lion.
Yes, the righteous will be as bold as lion.
In fact, that scripture was so true. So I don't fear anybody. Not that I'd respect, but I wouldn't because I didn't entertain fear into my life anymore. So to see the level of being bold, that's the reason why I even see Dr. Steven messaging straight away. I don't even go back to say if he doesn't answer. If he doesn't answer, no problem. move on. I must ask.
Oh, that's good.
So to my surprise, a very kind and nice person. In fact, it's less than a few minutes. She just replied me, say, why not? I said, I will remember Ajibewa. So and that's it. So now, and one thing that really still helped me, because of course there's a challenge on the there's a book that I read, there's obstacle on the way. You will continue to feed yourself with the word, Bible, and then other books as well, because you stop learning when you stop growing. That's it. So that's what.
So being dyslexic, okay, and struggling to read, how have you now? I mean, you were sharing with me earlier. You've read That Poor Dad. You've read a book by Sunday Adelaide. You've read a book by Donald Trump, Bob Proctor.
Almost Dr. Sunday Adelaide.
How were you able to force yourself to read despite having that
disability?
This, you know,
learning disability.
Yes.
Thank you. That's how discipline comes in. Discipline and desire. When you have desire for the truths, to know more, you'll be curious to learn. And most of the time, I do audio book, by the way.
Yeah.
So the one that cannot do audio, I read it. For example, when I'm going through the exam, I need to sit down and read. Sit my ass down and read. But most of the time, in the morning, this is how I do. I read every day. I have the airport. When I'm jogging, I will be reading at the same time. When I'm doing exercise.
So you do more audio books?
I do more audio books. So because of that, it makes me to move fast. You know, you need to you know yourself and look for a way out. No excuse. No excuse at all. That's what I want to title my books. No excuse.
No excuse.
Yeah, this
like
is not an excuse.
Come on.
Exactly.
You shared something very powerful. How your mortgage brokerage business, the exam. You kept failing, but you kept trying. In fact, what you would have spent just £1,000 cost you £10,000, and you kept doing it. That means you probably did 10 times.
Yes.
Right?
More than 10 times.
More than 10 times.
Because
Right.
to receipt it's not 1,000. It's like to receipt is 150. Now calculate it.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow. So you just kept at it.
Yeah.
What keeps you going to keep doing that?
Yeah. Determination.
That's a lot.
Determination. You know, when you set your mind to do something, you must do it. So you know, because I've read all these books, I've understand so many laws, the laws that govern the world, the laws of graffiti, the law of attraction, all the kind of laws and all that. So I know that when you start to do something, you must, because I'm trying to build my mind. Okay, when you promise yourself something, you must do it. That's why Bible say, I put my word higher than my name. So what people does not know, that when you promise to do something, you must do it. You must fulfill what you promise. Most especially if you promise to yourself. Some people, they will fulfill their promise obligation to other people. When it comes to themselves, they will fail, and that's why we are getting it wrong. So sorry, because I promised myself to do it, so I must do it. So regardless how many times I fail, I must get it right, and I eventually got it.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. I love that. So some people, you promise other people stuff.
Yeah.
You will be under pressure to fulfill it.
Yeah.
You'll be saying, no, I must promise them. You know, a man's word is his bond. You have to do, and you'll be under pressure.
And the promises you made to
You
yourself.
promise to yourself that, okay, I will wake up 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I will.
Just go so faithful, maybe because I built them faith so strongly in my heart, because those are the steps that God took me through, love and the faith. So, and you know what, when I read the books, there's a time I read the book of Job. So how the man became a bankruptcy one day, lost 10 children one day. I don't think there's something worse than that can happen to anybody on the planet Earth. So because, and I said to myself, God, I've decided to know, because when I realized that God and devil, they were doing conversation, you understand? So I don't know when God is testing. So when I said to myself, no matter what, even if he decided to take my son today, I will praise you, I will never ask a question. Since then, my heart just like a key. My mother died 2022. I did not cry. In fact, I worked till 8 p.m. Just because of that. And the following day, I went to proceed on the hospital. 2 weeks later, head to Nigeria. You know, I just built that kind of faith and strong mind, and that no matter what, I will do something, and nothing can hold me back. And that's the thing that it's in the front of my heart, and I'll be back of my heart. Yeah. So nothing changed. It does not change. So I think that's what I can say.
I mean, well, honestly, a story, like I said, I don't know whether you guys feel it the way I feel it, but maybe it's me.
It's not just you.
Right? But I'm really, really inspired by her story, because people don't rise like this, haven't had all these limitations, right? All these challenges. Some people, just convince themselves not to stay down, and that there's enough reason to stay down. There's no but you're hearing conversation about having to learn to praise God, have faith in God, just stay in it and not give up no matter what. Well, she's into property brokerage here in the UK, expanding to the US as well. And if you're interested in working with her, you can reach out to her on FT Rich Mommy. Okay, so reach out to her on MUMMY. So reach out to her on FT Rich Mommy. She will work with you, whether even if you want to learn how do you start your own property brokerage. She's mortgage brokerage. Sorry, I keep saying property brokerage. Mortgage brokerage, because that's what I do. I'm into property development. Well, guys, anything that is sweet has to come to an end. I wish we can continue this, but I mean, again, very inspiring story. It may not sound inspiring, and I need you guys to know this, and it's one of the things it may not even, there are certain ways some people know how to communicate that the thing is sweet, right? But I can assure you, I am never moved by sweet talks, right? I'm moved by real results, and if you see me really, really talk about somebody, I can assure you it was because the story made sense, right? The story really made sense. And for me, for a woman, for a single mother, walking her way to where she is, it is inspiring. How many single mothers, even if they can afford it, wants to buy a Ferrari? It's even something, even if you can afford it. I mean, she just loves to dare and go for it and think in an unconventional way. And I think it will inspire a lot of people who watch this. And the ultimate goal of this is to say it's never too late to be great. And never give up. Because 12 years, as if her life was just wasting away. And then the last 4 years is a dramatic turnaround. And it tells you that what God cannot do does not exist. I'm telling you, I keep using that word. Because ultimately, you are in control of your life and destiny. And the day you stop giving excuses, the day you convince yourself you deserve more, you will get more. From all of us here, we love you.
Thank you guys.